Ares, god of war, was less important than one might expect, mainly because he represented the most brutal aspects of war, the madness of battle, massacres and conflicts that are carried out for the mere pleasure of violence. It seems that his name originated as an ancient word referring to war or battle, and could virtually be considered bellicosity personified. Disciplined bravery and chivalry were none of his business. He is portrayed in an unflattering light from the time of Homer onwards, while he is disdained by other members of the Olympian entourage. When Ares complained to his father Zeus in the Iliad after being wounded by Diomedes in battle, Zeus told him that he should not cry or lament, as he considered him the most unpleasant god of all those living on earth. Mount Olympus. This is because Ares enjoys fighting, war, and murder, and nothing else. Unlike other gods such as Apollo, Ares never had a major role in society, morality, or religion. He is especially distinguished from Mars in Roman mythology, with which he was associated in Greco-Roman culture. Mars had roles in both agriculture and warfare, and sometimes represented the idea of just revenge. On the other hand, Ares was simply seen as a divine bully. Ares was known for living in a wild territory north of Thrace, where the people were warlike and aggressive. In the Iliad, he joined the battle when he left Thrace and quickly returned there in the Odyssey after being caught in a love affair with Hephaestus's wife. However, it is unclear whether Ares actually had his roots in Thrace, despite the general assumption that he did. Ares is seen as a wild and slightly crazy god, not a brave warrior with self-control. In battles, he usually takes the brunt. In the Iliad, Diomedes wounds him with the help of Athena, causing Ares to scream very loudly and flee to heaven. Athena, on another occasion, knocks him down with a rock and mocks him for thinking she could match his strength. Ares becomes more involved in battles with humans than most other gods do, and on one occasion is even seen removing the armor of a fallen Greek warrior. According to a story attributed to Hesiod, Heracles defeated him twice. On one occasion, he wounded him in the thigh during a fight at Pylos, and then defeated him in one-on-one combat after Ares killed his son Cyaeus. The Alodas, on the other hand, humiliated him by locking him in a bronze vessel for 13 months, and he was only rescued by Hermes. This is an ancient legend that is also mentioned in the Iliad. In the Iliad, Ares has several companions who accompany him in battle. One of them is Enio, the goddess of war, and in some cases she is said to be her mother or daughter. Although Enyalius is sometimes mentioned as a separate god in later sources, she is actually an epithet for Ares who appears in Homer. His name is very old and is found on Mycenaean tablets. In Sparta, Aeneas was especially revered, and her statue was kept chained to ensure that she never abandoned the Spartans. Before the ritual battles in the Platanistas festival, children used to sacrifice puppies before her image. In Rome, Ares was generally identified with Quirinus, an ancient martial god, while Aeneas was associated with Bellona. In addition to Aeneas, Ares was also accompanied in the Iliad by personifications such as his sister Eris, who represented discord, as well as Dymo and Phobos, who personified panic and fear in battle. There was also Sidamus, who personified the uproar and confusion in fighting, and Ker, a deadly spirit whose cloak was stained with human blood. Ares had 3 children with Aphrodite, his longtime lover. These children are Deimos and Phobos, who strike fear into the ranks of soldiers in war, and Harmonia, a very different goddess who married Cadmus, the king of Thebes. The relationship between Ares and Aphrodite has long been famous, both in legends and religious rituals. According to Homer's story, Hephaestus, Aphrodite's husband, caught them together in a love affair and humiliated them. Some later authors suggest that Aphrodite also had Eros with Ares, which makes sense because Ares loved Aphrodite and Eros served the goddess of love. However, there are several versions about the origin of Eros. Ares was often considered the appropriate father of heroes with a bloodthirsty or warlike nature, such as Diomedes of Thrace, Cyaeus, and Tyrus of Thrace, among others. In short, any warrior hero could be considered a descendant of Ares. I hope you liked the video. If so, give me a like, subscribe and don't forget to activate the notification bell so that YouTube notifies you every time I upload a video.